30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pound. Somebody gonna want revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Step back, let me get some room. Congrats every time I'm through. Same packet, nobody knew, so I never get confused. Hotel get a bird's eye view, hotel got a waiting room. Read a magazine while you wait for me, baby, I'll be done so soon. Phone gotta be off, each store got locks, I got some trusted shoes. 10K on the countertop, don't look so shocked, it's nothing new. Death comes in threes, wins come in twos, cash comes in ones. Throw it up, celebrate some news. I do a good job, pull up and pop out and pull out. Head on and hood on, pedal to metal. When I put my foot on, I got to put on. I got a bad one, they want to keep me. Oh, that's a good one. Pockets are dense, I think my bread is hard as a crouton. Receipts in my pocket don't come with a coupon. Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no.
Coach, thanks. CA Sports coverage of the National Tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Baltimore Ravens and the Cleveland Browns. Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. This fielded at the 2. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
They'll run on first down. It's Russell. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game. So what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Now a throw here on second down, and that's complete. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
And they pick up the first down there with a gain of 4. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the others, you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 16 yards on that one at a Raven first.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
On first and 10, it's Jackson. That'll be taken in there by Miles Boykin. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's first and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Now a first carry for Daniel Pumphrey. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
On third down, Jackson under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Sheldon Richardson in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. So on fourth down, here's the Ravens Pro Bowl kicker Justin Tucker out onto the field. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. Tucker's kick is good. And the Ravens strike first at 3-zip. Able to move the ball on that drive. Yes, just 3 points, but 4 first downs were in there.
Yeah, and you can look at it and feel pretty good about the whole thing and think, okay, this should continue throughout this ball game. On the flip side, if you're a defender, it's almost like, whew, we only gave up 3. They moved the ball on us pretty well.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10. A shotgun snap for Lott. Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. He was looking for Landry that time. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
On first down, Russell. And he's taken down inside the 30. 12 yards the pickup there. Good for a Raven first. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
10 yards there. Good enough for a Raven first down. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you've said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. First carry now for Justice Hill. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of first downs, and here a loss of yardage.
Here we go. Check 13.
On second down, it's Hill. And he gets this inside the 10 to the 9. It's also a gain of 9.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to third manageable with that run.
And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And that'll make it 6-0 here in the first. So scores on their first two possessions, but 6-0, so field goals probably not what they were hoping for.
Man, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Check it back. Going right. Kill. 12.
To throw his line. Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted. Anthony Averett picks it, and they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. Landry, the intended target.
At the 48-yard line.
Ready. Get ready. Shift.
They'll run on first down. It's Russell, and the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. He was able to escape momentarily in the backfield, but you could just kind of tell that wasn't going anywhere.
You know, in the film session, he'll get a minus for not getting him on the ground by himself. But what the coach is really going to analyze, how fast did his teammates get there to help him? If one guy slows him up, everyone else better be there, and that's what they got on that play.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. And I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. If the ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
On 3rd down. It's Russell, and he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. But just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
A gain of 4 yards. First down, Baltimore.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll go with Hill here on first down, and he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line.
Justice Hill. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 34.
6-0 our score after 1.
Ravens 6, Browns nothing. Rebuck.
On 2nd down now, it's Russell. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
And to give this time to the tailback. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down. A 3rd field goal in the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on 3rd down. On 3rd down, Russell, and they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. Following the penalty, it's Hill. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 2nd down, it's Hill. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
On 3rd down, Russell. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
But forget knowing where the first down line was. His defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front. And a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
And with that last field goal, that puts him now at 300 made on his career, and that is something to celebrate.
And that puts him in the top 30 all time. So he's really made a mark, and he's got plenty of life left in that leg, that's for sure.
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started, and it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him, but whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
At the 40-yard line.
59, Mike, 59. Come. Go right for that.
On 1st down, Luck. And Luck will be intercepted for a 3rd time. Anthony Averett picks it. And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line. Trying to get it to Landry there.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation. But sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
Let's go, D.
On 1st down, it's Russell. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop.
And he loses the football a 2nd time. And this is picked up by the Browns. He's at the 50, the 30, past the 20, 10, 5. And he takes this one in for a Browns score. Fumbles, that's how you get in the coach's doghouse. The first one lost and it hurt. This time you lose it and it's taken in for a score. It really hurt.
And about that doghouse, it won't exactly be comfortable, and it definitely won't be air-conditioned.
Milk bones?
None.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the lead is down to 2. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And the magnitude of this game, everybody knows it. The fans, obviously the players and coaches, there's just with them a palpable buzz right now. They know they control their own destiny.
Win, and you're in. And I think every player wants that. I think every coach wants that. I haven't been an organization yet that wants to be in a game where they have to rely on other teams to get them to their goals. In this situation, it's very cut and dry. Win, and you're in the playoffs. That's their mission, that's their challenge, and you know they've chosen to accept it.
And what they told us is this has been the most focused week of practice we've had all year. You wouldn't expect any different.
Yeah, and you know, at the beginning of the season, you have multiple goals. They just have one now, win the game. And that's when it's fun to play defense. When you're able to diagnose a play right from the beginning, get all your guys to the football, and spill the play, that's when you have a lot of fun playing on that side of the ball.
The Ravens on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is third down and 12. Now it's Jackson, escaping the pressure right. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about this training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Mike 51. Let's put him on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus. 51 to the bus.
Throwing is Jackson. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for third down.
Tackle made right at midfield. A gain of 8 yards. And it's third down.
The Ravens on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
And that's why you spend a first-round draft pick on a running back. Not for just the fancy runs, but these dirty, gritty 3rd and 1s, 3rd and 2s. That's why you draft him.
Set, ready.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson. Flush to his right. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A nice job of eluding the pressure there, scrambling for 11.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
The offense on third down tonight, they've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. They're looking at third and a few inches. On the run, it's Pumphrey. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. They'll be marked inches short, no gain on the play, and that's going to lead them to 4th down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Check 99. Check 99.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Mike, check. Watch the call.
Out of the gun, Locke. Eluding the pressure right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. This is taken at the 10. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Now Jackson throwing again. And now he's going to use his legs. And he's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the 1st.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
They'll run on 1st down. Russell. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Well, earlier this half, you were wondering how they were going to defend him. I think you used the term bottle him up at different levels. They've struggled to do that.
They certainly have, because when you see them approach, in order to bottle him up at different levels, that front line's got to take care of business. Otherwise, he starts to slip through.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
I got you, son. I got you, son. Hey, watch that. Kill. Turn up. Kill, turn up. Slam.
On 3rd down, it's Hill. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the 1st. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up the 4th down. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. John Harbaugh not afraid to go for it this time. Doesn't work out. And this Browns defense stands tall. Now a play fake, and it's Luck. And he's got his man on the crossing route. That's Landry. A big play there just before halftime. 49 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Luck, buying time to his left. He's going to take off with it. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half.
Go!
To throw again on 2nd down. Luck looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This from 25 yards out. Seibert's kick is good. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
We got 3, fellas. We got 3.
On 1st down, they go right back to Hunt. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Yeah, he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. He may try and run for this. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 11. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
He's checking.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson, he's going deep for Brown. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Credit the secondary and credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
Okay.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
51 to Mike. Come on, baby. Come on, let's go. Hey, Mike 51, Mike 51. Hey, we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving. 51. Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together. Go, Mike.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 17, and he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
Oh, I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. On first down, it's Russell. He finds an opening past the 40. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw down that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really. And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Justice Hill with touchdown number 12 on the year, as his guys have cut the lead down to 2. John Harbaugh thought about it, and now his guys are going to go for the two-point conversion. They're going to keep it on the ground. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line.
They made the decision to go for 2. They didn't get it. They remained down by 2 points. Should they have kicked it there?
Third quarter, I'm okay with it. Maybe first or second, you don't? I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, again, I keep coming back to I don't like to chase a lot of points.
Yeah.
But I also don't know what kicking an extra point being down 1 does for me.
The Browns drive about to get started. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
They'll run with Hunt on second down. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Marlon Humphrey with the tackle defensively.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Coming after you. I'm coming after you. Undercross. Run it back.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Luck. Dancing to his left. He'll try and run it. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, But now it's third down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Mine's 59. Mine's 59. Rip right.
Block on third down. Escaping the pressure. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 45. And the return across midfield and to the 46-yard line. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
They'll run on first down. Russell. Olivier Vernon brings him down.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Russell, and here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
So from the 36 now, first and 10. This is Ingram on first and 10. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a second and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's second and 3. On second down, it's Edwards. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. 25 yards to pick up there, and also a first down. They'll come out in the pistol.
Check. Hey, switch gears.
They'll run here with Ingram, and he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. Make it now 3 tackles for a loss in this game, 1 for each quarter.
And for a guy who played defense in college, I can just tell you that he's feeling very satisfied right now by what he's doing, but he's elated because he knows what he's doing is helping his team win the game right now, making some big-time plays, getting into the offense's backfield and spilling everything.
Back at the 5-yard line now, second and goal. And they give this time to the tailback. And he will force his way into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there. His 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Ravens have retaken the lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
The Browns take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The Browns on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. They'll fake the handoff. Now Love. And this is caught. He hits Landry. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. A big play that time for Cleveland. 42 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
I'm here all day. I'm here all day. Showing it. Watch twist. Check.
Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. They run again on 1st down, Chubb. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Matt Judon there to bring him down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the 1st down marker, and now it's 3rd down. From the gun, here's Love. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. They'll run for it. Chubb. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb, his 25th touchdown, tying Emmitt Smith for the 5th most in one season. And the Browns have retaken the lead. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. Now Love. And this one's caught. And their 4th quarter lead grows by a couple more. So they make the decision. They want a 3-point lead versus a 2-point lead, and they got it.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, it seems like the exact right thing to do. Put a little pressure on your defense, but the biggest thing now is you're making the other team chase you.
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 7, Jackson. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. Down the numbers. There he goes. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, his 3rd touchdown now on the year as his guys are able to regain the lead. So minutes after giving up the lead in the 4th quarter, they say not so fast. Big play, and they grab that lead right back.
Talk about a seesaw game. Up, down. Did you have a seesaw? Did you play that when you were a kid?
Oh, yeah. Out on the playground, absolutely.
You had to make sure that you matched weight, though, on the other side, though, right? Otherwise, you could be up in the air a long time.
By the way, we're not done in this one. I think we're set up for an exciting finish. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action, and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Love. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
Under pressure, and down he goes. Luck is sacked. Jalen Ferguson. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
It's now 3rd down.
The Browns on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and forever. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
One score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Move your quarters. That's the safety creek. Check motion. Cross.
Here we go on 4th. Luck. He's going to loft one. Deep left side here. It's caught at the 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, his 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season. And now they have taken a 4th quarter lead. Extra point by Seibert, up and good, and that gives them a 3-point lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. On 2nd and 9, Jackson. It's Hill, complete. The dump-off gets him only 1, and now you're looking at a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Jackson looks to throw, fires right side, and that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Here's Sam Cook now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And they had to go the length of the field last time out to get into the end zone. And with this starting field position, they're going to have to pretty much do it again.
And I think the thought process going into it is, hey, if you have to be methodical, go ahead and do that. But what you really want are a couple of big plays. Eat up chunks of yardage and cut down the number of times you have to snap the football.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Three points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. And he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Now, this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. Here's Jamie Gillen now. And you wonder, could they possibly think about taking a safety here? And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Fielded at the 43. Shows his strength at the 50. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Now a first down carry. It's Hill. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. So nothing there that time, and maybe you need to look to the O-line. They weren't able to create any space.
No, they weren't, and you know as well as I do, as many offensive line coaches we've ever met, I think that'll be addressed loudly when those guys get to the sideline.
And they're usually loud and big. And he'll be taken down at the 34. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is third down. They run with Hill. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. So a big kick to get this back to even. Now the worry is, did you leave too much time on the clock? Because another field goal the other way, that does you in.
You're exactly right. You didn't get into overtime yet. So now as a defense, you've got to think to yourself, you can't play prevent defense and just give up big chunks of yardage in front of you. But you also can't let anyone behind you. So you sit right on the line between the two, play the best defense you can, and not make it easy for them to move the ball downfield.
The Browns drive about to get started. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Luck. He's going to wind up and air it out. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. Boy, Charles, what a critical call in a tie game late.
You want to have the tight coverage. You don't want to cause the penalty. Pass interference in this case. Remember, it's a yardage foul in the NFL, a spot foul where it occurs.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. On 1st down, Hilliard. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining. So everything rests now on the right foot of Austin Seibert. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining. Now Locke. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. So everything rests now on the right foot of Austin Seibert.
A 31-yard attempt.
And that is no good. He pulled it just a bit, just a wee bit wide left. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Jackson to throw. He's going deep for Brown. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And what an effort on the final play of regulation. All zeros on the clock, and we are headed to OT. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're set for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really... Oh, now it's free. Hill fumbled it. But it looked like a Raven was able to get in there, and they will indeed keep the possession.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. First throw in overtime now for Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
They'll run on first down. It's Hill. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. Now on 2nd and 13, Jackson, and his pass incomplete.
You got to remember, because now that we're in overtime, mistakes get magnified. So you got to walk that line between being aggressive and being careful, because that was a dangerous throw right there. You obviously could not have an interception in this spot.
And nearly was an interception. He's lucky to get that one back.
Mike 51. It's been a long day for you. 51's the Mike. 51's the Mike. Who that? Hey, Mike 51. Mike 51.
There's Jackson on 3rd and long. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18. He did not have a catch till that moment. Pretty good time for his first one, though, here in OT.
I would agree with that. And just think about how they had to cycle through all the play sheets, right? Tried to find ways to get a lot of people the football. In this case, as you said, he hadn't had a catch all game. Now they find him in a key moment. Really well done.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 43. And once again, Hill, he's been busy. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Here's Hill one more time. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Mike 51.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
51's the Mike. 51's the Mike. Blue down.
Now Jackson. It's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. What a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. A costly mistake here at OT.
And you know what they say, when you throw an interception like that in overtime, you don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. If you throw one, you likely cost yourself the game.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
No gain on the play.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Now Luck with his first throw of OT. Forced out to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied.
Defense wins championships, baby. Let's go. One, baby. Jim. Crawl. 11 Z. Hey, Echo. 59. Come on, D. On.
3rd and long. It's locked. He's going to go for it all. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and that changes everything here in OT. So it's his 2nd missed field goal here. That wouldn't have ended the game, but it would have given him a leg up in OT.
And that's got to invigorate this defense. They did their part. Now it's time for their offense to put together a drive and seal the deal.
They begin the drive with Hill. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
On 2nd down, it's Edwards.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the 1st down. A nice run right there.
1st down, Ravens.
Set, hut. Go to base. 951. Crap. All day, every day, any day. Watch the shit.
On 1st down, Hill. And he loses the football a 2nd time. And this is picked up by the Browns. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Well, just a minute ago, you said mistakes get magnified, especially here in overtime, and that turnover there could cost him the ball game.
And not many teams commit turnovers in overtime and come back and win. It almost never happens.
22-jet bomber.
Following the fumble recovery, here's Luff. Flush to his right. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Hey, exit. 59, Mike is
2nd and 10, Luck again. Oh, and it's intercepted. Tyus Bowser with a pick. So we will see yet another drive in this overtime.
For whatever reason, neither team able to finish this game off. I know that the first thought is, does anyone really want to win it? But I think that they both desperately want to win it, and sometimes you force things, and that leads to errors.
Well, it's out there for the taking. We'll see who can do it. They'll start the drive with Hill. He's got a 1st down and then some inside the 40. And he is in for the score.